Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to dig into a really clever technique that's changing how AI assistants, actually understand our documents. It's called multi-representation indexing. And trust me, it solves a problem you've probably run into. So, how do you give an AI the perfect context to answer your questions? I mean, this is really at the heart of making these assistants useful, right? If you've ever gotten one of those vague, kind of useless answers, it's almost always a context problem. So let's look at a new approach that's tackling this head on. Okay, so to really get why this new solution is so cool, first, we gotta look at how things are usually done and, well, the big challenge that comes with it. So the standard way, what we've been doing for a while now, is basically taking a big document, say a long report or an article, and just chopping it up. You slice it into all these little manageable chunks. The whole idea is that it's way faster for an AI to search through these tiny pieces to find something relevant.
But, and this is a big but, here's the problem. When you ask a question and the AI just pulls back one of those tiny chunks, it completely loses the big picture. It's like someone handing you a single jigsaw puzzle piece. Yeah, you can see the little blue bit of sky on it, but you have no clue if it's part of a mountain scene or an ocean. And that's exactly what happens. The AI gives you an answer that's technically right for that tiny chunk, but totally misses the point of the whole document.
All right, so what's the fix? Well, it all starts with a really simple but kind of profound shift in how we think about organizing information for the AI in the first place. This quote really gets to the heart of it. The idea is to decouple the raw documents from what we use for retrieval. In plain English, it means we stop trying to make one piece of text do two jobs at once. What if the thing you search for isn't the same as the thing the AI actually reads? So decoupling just means separating what you search from what the AI ultimately reads. Think about it. We can create these really smart, punchy summaries that are perfect for searching quickly. But then, and this is the key, once we find the right thing, we hand the AI the entire original document to read. You get speed and full context. The best of both worlds for real. So, how do we actually build this? Well, it works using a two-store system. And the best way to think about it is like an old-school library. You've got the card catalog to find what you're looking for, and then you have the actual library stacks with all the books. Two totally separate things, each designed for a specific job. And here's how you set it up. It's basically a four-step process. First, you make a really good, crisp summary of your document. Step 2, you put that summary into something called a vector store. That's just a fancy database made for super fast searching. 3, you take the original, full document and stick it in a separate, simple doc store. And the final, most important step, you link them. You connect each summary to its full document using a unique ID. So just to make this super clear, the vector store, that's your card catalog. It's full of these short, searchable summaries. It's built for speed. Then you have the doc store. That's the library stacks, holding the full original documents, ready to give all the context you could ever need. And that little doc ID, that's the secret sauce. It's the magic link that connects everything. It's basically the little slip of paper that tells the AI, hey, you found this card in the catalog, now go to shelf 3, row B to get the actual book. Okay, enough theory. Let's put this into practice. A real example will make this whole thing click. All right, so imagine we have two different blog posts we want our AI to know about. One is about building autonomous agents, and the other is about the importance of high-quality human data. We've already run them through our system, so we have two summaries in the vector store and the two full articles in the doc store, all linked up. Now, we come along and ask a question. The query is simple: memory and agents. So what happens under the hood? Well, first, that query hits the fast vector store, searching only the summaries. Almost instantly, it gets a match, that summary about autonomous agents. Then it grabs the doc ID from that summary, zips over to the doc store, and pulls the entire original blog post. And here it is. This is the payoff. What gets sent back to the language model? The entire article. Not just a chunk, not a paragraph. The whole shebang. All the context, all the nuance, everything. Okay, so let's talk about the payoff here. Why does getting the full document back matter so much, especially right now? And you might be wondering, okay, why go to all this trouble, right? I mean, is this really that much better than just chopping things up? The answer is a huge yes. And it's because today's large language models are a completely different beast. They have these massive context windows. That means they can handle entire documents at once. In fact, they work better when they have the whole story, not just little scraps of information. So when you look at the benefits, it's pretty clear. You get the best of both worlds. Your search is still super fast and efficient because it's just looking at summaries. But the LLM gets the maximum possible context, which means way, way better answers. And you totally avoid that whole problem of losing key info because a document got split in a weird place. You know, this whole idea, decoupling search from the actual document, it really opens up some new possibilities. And it leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on. If we don't have to chop up documents for AIs anymore, what else can we rethink? What other old assumptions are ready to be thrown out?